What is the absolute crack? It is I, the Minion from AllCast Irish Gamers. That right there on the screen, that's my gamer tag for Master Duel. Jot it down, add me, put yours in the comments, and we will get a duel, I guarantee you. So, the normal rare event is live in Master Duel, and I had the privilege of testing out my Cyber Dragon deck for it, and I was completely blown away. This deck has surpassed all expectations I had of it. It's really good. Bar a couple of disconnects, which were actually quite rampant when I first turned it on, whether it was my opponent or it was myself. There was just like 3 games in an hour that I actually got to play. It was like ridiculous, just constant disconnects. But when I did play, I didn't lose. I have a 100% win rate with this deck when my connection doesn't go. So take it or leave it as you see it, but it's just really good. So I'll walk you through some of the thought process. Cards I might cut right now at the moment is DDR. Hasn't really proved its worth. I haven't seen it too much, and then when I did, it's not really useful. But a lot of the times I did have monsters banished, so I was like, oh, I hope I draw into it, and then I didn't. So it's up to you. Yeah, it's really good. Your DNA surgery puts in so much work. You're nearly always going to have a Cyber Dragon, whether it be normal Cyber Dragon or a baby Cyber Dragon. You're pretty much always going to have one in hand, or a way of searching one with your repair plant. But just DNA surgery, wow, just completely ruins my opponent's decks. That's why usually you'd want to go second with a Cyber Dragon deck, but with this deck and with DNA surgery in there, you're going to want to go first and just get that DNA surgery on the field as quickly as possible. It does help sometimes as well if your opponent's playing a very type specific deck and they need their monsters to be a specific type to resolve effects or to go into extra deck monsters. DNA surgery will just mess all that up, turn all their monsters to machine, and yeah, that's going to throw a spanner in their works. Right now it's not really helping me too much. He doesn't really rely on his monsters being a certain type, but I also have a few tricks up my sleeve. So yeah, he's doing his thing, he's going wild, he's summoning monsters, he's trying to get that OTK, and I know he is. So I let him keep going. Yeah, keep summoning, bro. I'll let you out at this time. He's going to attack me pretty soon after he makes yet another synchro summon. So yeah, he's going for the jugular here. I don't have many options. I'll let the first attack go through because I've kind of got no choice. I've no Cyber Dragons in hand, but because he destroyed Fear, I now have one in the, or Dre, I now have one in the graveyard. Activate my Cybernetic Overflow, and yeah, I can now banish a card and destroy his back row. Also making my DDR live, might I add. So it does happen. It is a resolvable card. It's just, you're not always going to have a card to discard for it. It's a flex spot at the moment. But either way, by using Overflow, I managed to keep myself in the duel for one more turn by popping his back row and removing the monster the card was attached to. It's all good for now, but he's in a lot of trouble because I've got a normal summon and his name is Dre. He's going to become Cyber Dragon once he's on the field. There's no point using his effect because it's the only monster. You don't need him to be level 5 right now. That effect will come up later, but right now it's not really useful. Go into your contact fuse, get rid of all his monsters. That's a board wipe. Bypasses all sort of monster protection, and yeah, you've got a 4k beater on the field. Time to go for the neck. Get that into you. I thought he might have had something like some sort of protection because the computer kept bouncing over to him. I thought he might have had something. He didn't. He let the attack go through, so that was good. That was all good. So for the follow-up play, I thought, you know what, I'll just stick my Torrential Tribute down. Still got the DDR in hand, so if he does summon a bunch of monsters, I'm going to draw a card next turn. I can discard it for DDR and special summon that Dre that I removed. So yeah, I'm just waiting, seeing what this guy's got. You know, he must have something else in the tank. What? He doesn't. He just sets a card and ends his turn. Okay, buddy, looks like you're going down. I figure, you know what, let's summon Nashester, try and get as much attacks in there as possible. Yeah, it's only 200, but you know what, that could be the defining difference. You want to take every bit of life points off him that you can. Just go straight for it. 4,200, yeah, I'll take that. It'll cripple him, leave him on hardly any life points, and next turn I got this wrapped up. So a lot of the decks I've faced today have really been, Megalith and Ritual based, but I am seeing a lot of Time Lords. So that's the main reason I have the Forbidden Chalice in here as well, because that'll just negate his effect, turn it off. He'll crash into your monster and he'll lose a lot of life points. His monster will get destroyed. So watch out for Time Lords. They're the main kind of decks I've been seeing so far today. But here we go. We draw into Heavy Mech Support. This was a card that someone asked me about in the comments of the main video I did. I had to say, Heavy Mech Support, you gotta have it. It seems to be doing a lot of work. It's target protection, it's destruction protection. That means, I can activate Torrential Tribute, my monster will stay on the field, and it seems to be putting in work, because if he does have a card that can target, he can't even use it. So yeah, really good card, definitely suggest putting it in there. So once again, I'm going first. You're going to set your hearse, and you're going to get your overflow on the field. So you've got a bit of play for next turn. If he takes out the hearse, you can use its effect. He goes straight into MST, pops my overflow. Thank you. Now I can add a Cyber Dragon spell or trap card from my deck to my hand. You have a bit of options, but majority of the time you're going to go Repair Plant. It's the better option for the follow-up, because once Hearse is in the graveyard, you use Repair Plant, and you can add Nashster to your hand, or Dre, or Veer, whichever Cyber Dragon monster you need for your next specific play. And here we go, like I said, a Ritual deck. You're going to see a good few of these, because there's that Red Eyes Ritual that everyone seems to be summoning. He can be a bit problematic, speak of the devil, and a lot of the incantations are normal and rare, so yeah, Ritual decks seem to be very prevalent. Probably 60% of the decks I've faced today were Ritual based, which meant that I ate them for breakfast naturally. Now I don't have many forms of disruption to go here, so he's got free range. He can do whatever he wants, he can build whatever kind of board he wants. I just have to sit and watch like an observer. So he just keeps on going. Yeah, okay, you're going to activate another Ritual effect, go for it. I'm just going to, I don't know, make a coffee or something. Oh, he's going into Lord of the Red. Brilliant. Lord of the Red can also be a problem, I suppose, because he's got the monster destruction and he's got the spell and trap card destruction. So you're going to want to get rid of him pretty quickly. But that's why I run 2 Jizukiru also being searchable off Repair Plant if you don't happen to have him in your hand. But Lord of the Red, I like you and all, but I'm sorry, you're kaiju food. Yeah, you're a goner. So you get rid of him, get your kaiju on board, and you're going to go straight into your Contact Fuse next. It's just telegraphed. It's so streamlined, this deck. It really works. You can also get your OTKs if you're getting your Nova on the field. Nova will get back Cyber Dragon, or if Nashster in the graveyard, get back Nashster. Nashster gets back Cyber Dragon, and it works. It's such a good deck. I was expecting to be in like a lot of grind games where it's just going on forever, but you can finish games early with this deck. It's not impossible. So go into your Heavy Mech Support, try to equip him to your monster, but unfortunately this guy's got an interruption in the form of Dogmatic Punishment, takes out my monster. There's not really much point using Chalice at this point. Increasing his attack by 400 isn't going to save him. Why? Because he sends a monster with 3000 attack to the graveyard, gets rid of him. Yeah, okay, the guy's locked out of his extra deck, but he's running with Rituals. I don't really see him using his extra deck quite a lot. But that's okay, we do have a small follow-up play. We can special summon Nashster. Nashster will get Cyber Dragon on the field, and we can at least punch him for 2-1. Hey, it's better than nothing. Nashster is going to be one of your main cards to go to. He's just a great way of getting Cyber Dragon back out on the field. Now you got 2 monsters, you can either go into Link 2 play or whatever, but most of the time Nashster gets the special summoned, and you use Nashster as the means to get your Chimera Tech Fortress out, and that way you've got the 2000 attacker and you've got Cyber Dragon on the field, and you're going to do a bit more damage. Oh look, another Time Lord. What did I tell you? Yeah, you're going to see a lot of these Time Lords, so yeah, watch out for these guys. He's continuing on with his Ritual plays. He's going with an Incantation. Okay, yeah, I got a few minutes. I'll let you see where this is going. What kind of board can you build today? Is it better than the last one? Because the last one wasn't great, mate. Maybe could have used Chalice here and just kind of nipped it in the bud, not let him get that extra card in hand. But I let it go through. I wanted to see where he's going with this. It's like, what can you do? So far, you're not hurting me. If you're going to hurt me, then I'll use Chalice. He's going to add a ritual back from the graveyard back to his hand. That could be a problem. He tries to activate his Megalith effect. I was like, okay, I've let it go on too long. Now is the time to Chalice. Cut him off, stop him dead right there. Now the Time Lord he's got out isn't really one of the best ones. I think all it does is like return your spell and trap cards to your hand. That's not really going to do much. So here we go, we're on top deck mode. It's DDR, not going to do me any solids. All I can do is go into Chimera Tech Fortress, also not going to help me very much. Well, just take out his incantation and just kind of take it step by step, knowing that his Time Lord is going to get put back into the deck next turn. So yeah, he's going to be shit out of luck. Where is he going to go now? Oh, he's just going to end his turn. Top deck mode again, and we draw into one of our best cards, Overflow. Nice, we got 2 targets in the graveyard to banish, so that means we can keep both our monsters on the field. The one last thing I will say with this deck is you're not going to use your extra deck a lot. You're only going to go for the all favourites, Chimera Tech Fortress, Nova. The odd time you might go into the other plays, but those ones are all you really need. Yeah, it's nice to have options, but I'm telling you now, try this deck out. It's 100% win rate for me so far today. I'm probably going to be finished this event in 2 days with this deck, not going to lie. So good. Try it out, let me know how you get on. I'll see you next time.